Xbox on Steam Deck? It's more likely than you think. More specifically, we're talking about Xcloud, Xbox's streaming service. Does it work? Of course it works, otherwise we wouldn't be making a video about it. But is it a good way to play all of your Xbox titles? Honestly, it really depends on your internet speeds. Though in our case, it works really well. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, join the Discord, and sign up for notifications. All of this was tested on Wi-Fi from about 2 rooms away from the router, gigabit internet as well, and this is Kyouko's router that she used for testing. Now back to the topic at hand, Xcloud. Microsoft and a few other YouTubers put out a video on how to set up Xcloud for the Steam Deck, which ultimately they recommend using Microsoft Edge, for obvious reasons. So, shall we begin then? The first game we tested was of course Halo Infinite. I mean, you can't start an Xbox video without starting with Halo, right fellas? So as you can see here, it starts with a nice 60 FPS. And the game plays pretty well with the controller scheme. That said, being that this is streamed from an Xbox, you are limited to using controller inputs. And yes, we are using an external controller for the sake of the video, but it does work with Steam's built-in controllers as well. There seems to be minimal input lag. And though at times there will be some hitching, but about 1 or 2 frames per second, it's not terrible. Considering that Halo Infinite currently doesn't work on the Steam Deck, this is a pretty good way to play the game. And this is Forza Horizon 5. This isn't performance mode, but rather this is the visual fidelity mode. I don't know which version of the game this is, honestly. I don't know if this is the Xbox Series S or Series X version. Yeah, there's a little bit of hitching here and there, but it runs pretty well all things considered. That said, obviously if you own this game on Steam, then you should just play that version instead of the Gamepass version. But if you don't want to buy it again on Steam, then I guess this is fine too. Surprise! This is an Xbox 360 title, and it's on Gamepass. And then here's where this issue cropped up. It had an issue recognizing inputs from our external controller for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but yeah. Never fear though, it ended up solving itself, and we still don't know what the heck happened or how to fix it if it happens again. It seems like it just happened randomly. And as you can see here, the game works really well. 60 FPS, runs at a higher resolution than it used to. Given the poor state of Xbox 360 emulation, this might be the best way to play some of your Xbox 360 exclusives, as well as some other games too. At least, so long as those games are on Game Pass. And here's some footage of Viva Pinata. Gonna be honest, I've never played this game before, but it seems like a lot of people like this game. Kyouko likes it at least. The 360 library, there's not a whole lot of Xbox 360 games. In fact, there's not a whole lot of Xbox 360 and original Xbox games on Xcloud. Here's a full list of Xbox and Xbox 360 titles, which includes both Cameo and Viva Pinata. I kinda wish they had Ninja Gaiden Black, otherwise I'd be showcasing that game as well. This is Guardians of the Galaxy for the Xbox. And as expected, it works. I'm gonna be honest, we didn't really show a lot of gameplay, but the gameplay is gonna be basically identical to the Xbox version, except with a little bit of input delay because, we're streaming it. As you can see here, all games running through Xcloud all take up a solid 7.7 or 7.8 watts of power. Just from pure guesstimation, I could argue that you could get a solid 5.5 hours on full battery, if not more. And given all games run identical to their console versions, it doesn't seem like I need to have these performance metrics up anymore. This is the newest Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a gorgeous looking game, especially on the Xbox Series X and PC. Couldn't you just run the native PC version on the Steam Deck? I mean, probably, but we don't own it. And also, I've seen plenty of other people do it, and it works really well there too. And plus, we just wanted to showcase a relatively stress-free game running on the Steam Deck. And of course, this is Yakuza Like a Dragon. Honestly, JRPGs and turn-based strategy games, all of those turn-based games, these sort of games are great fits for streaming services, especially like Xcloud. But the thing is that these JRPGs are also perfect for portable devices like the Steam Deck, so it's typically best if you just buy the native versions of these JRPGs on PC, unless, it's not out on PC. What matters is that you can play these games however you like. Natively, streaming, whatever. The Steam Deck can do it all. My one wish is that someone, somewhere, figures out how to get native PC Game Pass on the Steam Deck without having to, use Xcloud. But Xcloud's a pretty good service, all things considered, especially if you're already paying for Game Pass Ultimate, since it just kind of comes with Game Pass Ultimate too. So what's High Tech Low Life's verdict here? Well, our verdict is simple. It can never truly beat native, but it's a worthy option for streaming games. It might actually be the best option for streaming games if that's what you're into.